with passion, of course, live with passion, and never regret and never complain, because all the decision made by yourself. If you want that thing, you go ahead. And once you make the decision, you don't complain. What I want to express is like, you are the one who can do something for you yourself, not anyone.
Hi everyone, this is Wicked. You're listening to the Life Ready podcast with a mission to empower you to live a fulfilling life. Whether you're a student, working adult, or entrepreneur, it is never too early or too late to be life ready. Now, in today's episode, I'm super happy. As you can see, there's a gorgeous lady right beside me.
Hello.
I believe that a lot of people know who she is. So maybe I will actually do a very proper introduction that she deserves here. Right now, you might have seen her on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok recently. Her name is Emcee. So she is a seasoned professional MC with a lot of experience in weddings, events, corporate events, as well as launches, company dinners. Now, if you look at the video, right, her ability to capture the audience attention was really unparalleled. It's something that it's her superpower that she makes every occasion a memorable one.
Oh, yo. I'm flying now, Wicked.
It's true, okay? I'm not being flattering. Now, in addition to her offline presence, right, Emcee has also cultivated a strong online presence. Now, her Instagram following has already reached 31,000 devoted fans. And she has successfully built a platform where she shares insights, tips on how can you become an MC as well, right? So, other than her emceeing work, she has recently taken the head to become an educator.
Yes.
She has founded the company, the education platform called
Passion Space.
Passion Space. Yes. In Passion Space, she will be actually sharing her wealth of experience on how to become an MC, how can you actually handle the crowds, so that to handhold to all of her students to become a professional MC like her someday. So let us welcome Emcee.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Wicked, for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you very much.
To share my little tiny, about me, myself, to be here.
Not little tiny, okay? It's our pleasure. You see, before we even get started, we actually have some conversation.
Yeah.
She really has the ability to lighten up the entire room. Like when she comes into a room, everybody will know that she's here. That's why she is an MC. She has that very uplifting character. Yeah. So I'm just curious, have you always been like that since young? Like when you were young, have you envisioned yourself that one day you'll be on the stage?
This characteristic actually started since I was very young, and all my students in my class, my friends, my classmates, they will also complain about why this girl so annoying, like too noisy in the class. So that makes who am I since I was young. When I started as an MC, I think I don't have this kind of mindset in my mind since I was young. I was thinking about I want to be someone like my friends who was standing on stage since I was in my primary school. She was the host for the graduation ceremony. And I don't really realize what's the role and who is that character that moment. I just thought that perhaps this is someone who can talk in front of people, who can show off everything in front of people and to be the spotlight of that moment. I don't really even know that it is the MC or the host,
I see.
the character. Since I was 12, that time, 12.
So when you were young, no confidence issues, all good for you?
I'm super confident, I would say, since I was young. Because my parents, they gave me a lot of freedom. Like whatever I want to do, they will say like, you just go ahead, do whatever you want and just try your best. That's it. They don't really put like, you need to come up with any result or any expectation. They don't give me this such of stress in my, since I was young.
Okay, quite an empowering parenting. It's like letting you to...
they are very good. I think they are my role model as well in treating their kids, 放飞自我, let them be.
Let them be. I think that is a very important thing to really allow the child to actually have shine in the way that they want to.
Correct.
Right? Now, since young, right, and then after that, you didn't actually start with emceeing directly. You actually went into corporate.
Corporate.
Yeah. So can you share with us your journey, right? How did you actually along your journey, right? Your career journey, how did you actually ended up being an MC at the end?
Okay. Back then, I was the so-called the MC in my high school that time because that moment there is no such a very presentable candidate. So I'm the one now who can like fit the very minimum criteria to be the MC that moment when I was about 15.
Okay, 15.
From 3. So I started to work together with my guru, my master. He is Mr. Yong, that time in my high school. So he trained us a lot and he's very strict. And also he's the perfectionist. Very perfectionist. So that moment really trained me a lot, like in doing and to present and to perform well and what should be good, what should not be done. So after I graduated from my high school and I went to uni. And that moment, I started to figure out and to think about what am I going to do and who am I going to be in the future. It's so-called a very lost time. Quite numbers of years, I would say. And day after day, I figured out that only the thing I do, which is stand up on stage to speak in front of people and to meet people, that this make me feel happy. Yeah, this is what we call like, you find some purpose in your life. So I figured out only this that make me happy. But of course, after we graduated, definitely we go for any different chances to go to corporate, to try and error. I went to the bank to work for about...
the dream job.
My dream job is going to go for the MNC to work in a very huge company, to work from 9 to 5, to really experience how does the people they work, like consider the working people or adult world. Adult world, yeah. Yeah. But I feel like it's really stressed, not because of the job scope, but because of the life and also the purpose, the meaning behind your life. That is not really tolerant with me myself. So I made a decision after I got my car loan approved. Once the car loan approval done, then I quit and I do my own resign. I just type the resign letter. I feel there's no regret at all. I've been very confident. And then my colleague asked me like, how can you do that? How could you you repay all this installment? I just tell them, I'll figure it out, don't worry. Actually, there is no background. I got no backstage that moment. I really worried about what am I going to do and how am I going to repay the installment. But who cares? I just want to quit and I want to do something. And I trust myself. I believe myself. I can create something in the future. I'm not started from zero, but negative in my bank account, I would say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Negative first because the car, right?
Yeah, the car and also the study loan. I get some personal loan. I don't really care about this. I just want to do whatever I want. And I started, to go for some training, like in the Emcee Academy. I was started to go for the proper training as an MC.
Have you ever thought about if, let's say, being an MC doesn't work out, what would be your fallback plan at that time?
Not really. Not really. Not really think about this. Why? I didn't think about this. Definitely, I didn't put this into my consideration. Reason why? Because I think like it's too much in thinking. Why not you do first? But to be honest, it's not an easy task that moment because for an MC, there is no like minimum wages for you. There's no basic for you. Every month you start from zero. Like you're going to get the job by your own. How people can look to you to ask you for a job. It's all based on your marketing, your own network. It's not that easy.
It's true. You see, from what she mentioned just now, I really learned two things. The first thing is that, you see, when we want to start something, right, if we keep on thinking that the chances of it failing, probably we will actually give up a lot of ideas and everything has the chance to fail. So the best way is not to do anything. And the second thing is that when she goes in, she didn't have that plan to fail. It's like, in the Chinese saying, you sink the ship, then there's no turning back, right?
Correct, so exactly.
You burn the bridges. All you have to do is to go forward. That kind of determination is what really required when we are actually doing something. So I think that is what that quality brings you to where you are today.
Perhaps be blessed, and always be believe in yourself. And I always do one thing is like I always chant to myself. I'm telling myself I'm good. Although I'm in a very critical moment, I still tell myself like I can figure out something. God, give me something. Or I talk to the universe, give me something and bless me something. I would do this to my own, the conversation between me, myself, and tell myself, May, you are okay, you're good enough, you could be more confident and trust yourself, you will get a job, to survive, at least give me to survive. Yeah. And survive until now today.
Yeah, not only survive but thrive, right?
Thank you.
And just like you mentioned universe, we also had that conversation while we were before we actually started about the power of thinking, the power of a belief, right?
Yes.
You really wanted something and you pray for whatever God that you worship or your universe. Like, could you share with us maybe your experience? Like, what have you asked for? This is something a bit more unexplainable, super powerful. Yeah. How did you actually?
Let me share with you one of my experience in high school.
Okay.
When we are going to go for the PMR, right? We are really die hard for it. Study very, very hard at that moment. And there is one mentor who came to me and shared with me like, you can go for meditation. So I keep on chanting every day and think about, I will get so-called the score that I want. Example, 1,000. This is the real scenario that happens back then. So I dream about, I want to get that score, which is 1,000, because in my scorecard, that has never happened 1,000 in 1,000, okay. Meaning roughly you have 12 subject or 11 subject, meaning every subject you need to score at least 85 and above in Form 3.
Okay.
And I was super stressed. And the only thing that I can do is to chant and to meditate. So I keep on telling myself, I spend about 30 minutes a day to tell myself like, okay, I can do that. I keep on, meditate. Tell yourself, be, reaffirming yourself. So once we done the exam, the result come out, the figure is totally no more or no less, that is 1,000 ngam ngam. Chum chum. And only I realized the power of meditation or the power of chanting and believe in yourself that you can do that by using your spiritual power. I'm not sure whether that kind of thing, but it really works. It works for me. Yeah, it works for me.
Do you apply it right now in your business? In your how do you actually do that?
Okay, I apply it in every moment, as well as to meet my husband. I want to, someone who is tall here and there the character I think this is quite work because since you got nothing, since you got nothing to think about, why not you think about positive, something positive? So when we think about something positive, I think it can lead us to something that we want in the future. Although it's not 100%, at least that is something. I always think that.
This may sound very superficial, right? I actually tried to find an explanation for this as well. It actually can be explained by science. It's actually this thing called, our brain has this function called reticular activation system. Yeah. Have you ever realized that after you bought a car and then suddenly you realize that everybody is actually having that car?
Like you have a Myvi, then you got everybody Myvi.
So it's actually this part of the brain that is actually doing the tricks, meaning that when we actually think about what we want, we manifest it, we think about it, right? Our mind will start to find a lot of similar patterns, opportunities. They see opportunities that you can grab. And that is the explanation I try to find because it happened to me as well. And I'm trying to find a scientific explanation towards it.
I think this is more scientific in explaining this kind of scenario.
In a way that like whatever you want, you really think about it, be clear of what you want, and one day you might actually it may actually happen to us as well.
Agree.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Didn't expect that we would go there, but that is
actually apply. Try to apply.
Yes, right. So right now, like, do you still do any before in the mornings, or do you do that meditations?
Not really.
Before you go to the stage and all that.
Okay, I will do it during when I was driving. I'm driving.
Chincha, okay.
Driving, you got nothing to do, right?
Okay.
Then I will reflect myself like what did I do and what's going on later and what do I wish to be. I will try to refer myself during when I was driving. I will do this at that moment.
I see.
Or even during your shower time lah, May, how you feel today? You feel okay or not? I will talk to myself like, yeah, today I feel good. Yeah, I'm healthy. I look good. This and that. I will try to give yourself confidence.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now it may seem silly, but trust me, it works for a reason.
Yeah.
There's
Don't really bother about people. Yeah.
Do what works for you.
Correct.
So maybe we can talk about a little bit about your being an MC. Yeah. Because you have been an MC for the past how many years?
Since I was 2017 as a full-time MC.
Okay. All the way until around 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Yeah. Now we all see that, I've attended wedding dinners, right? It seems like, the what the MC did was like very effortlessly just speak a few words and then make some jokes and then
effortlessly.
It seems effortlessly, yeah. But behind the scene, is it really that effortless?
You can try. Yeah, you can try and you will know it. I'll say it's not just on stage to speak a few phrases or a few words. It's all about preparation. Like for me, myself, I still need a lot of preparation before I go on stage. Because this make you feel confident. If you got no preparation at all, you won't be that confident, I would say. So behind the scene, what we do is like, we're going to have the conversation or the discussion meeting with the couple. So we go through every agenda. Example, what does the bride going to wear? What color we're going to fit? Because during that day, the most gorgeous will be the bride, and then will be the both mothers, and only I'm the fourth person to represent the host, represent the brides and groom, to present in front of the crowd. So definitely these all things we need to check, as well as all the like agenda, what we are going to do. Are you planning to have, like example, the mini RM in your reception, or you planning to have yamsing or toasting or cheers, anything you want to be. And we are going to think about their relationship. Example, the bride and mother-in-law, are they good in relationship?
Oh boy.
If they're not, how are we going to react? Yeah, you need to know a lot of this thing before and relationship thing before you go to that moment to host. Yeah, and we also need to read the audience. Like for example, the couple, all the audience, all the attendants, participants for the wedding is not the couple's friends or or friends or their very close friends, but they all are the best friend or the close friend for their parents. So we need to know who they are and what they would like to listen. You need to talk the jargon they know. Example, if you are going to to host the international mixed marriage. Example, you have some people from UK, some people from Vietnam or Australia, what they want and what they expect. Is there any culture shock or something they do know and you need to specially highlight or explain? Yeah, all this is by your homework. You need to do your own. Yes.
It seems easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Correct. And also for the language wise, because nowadays people who ask for MC, who invite MC to be a part of their wedding, because they want someone to be the moderator or translator. They want like all the guests, they understand, they know what's really happening that day. So sometimes we did like on the spot translate. Example, something from some word from their parents or some words from so and so the speaker. We need to bring the message to everybody, make sure everyone they know what's happening now. Yeah,
that's a lot of work and it's not easy as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think what really makes this job really tough is the impromptu situations. It's like something unexpected happen.
Correct.
Just curious, has there been any impromptu situations happen that you found it really challenging? Wow, this one is really test your ability to host. Has there been a time like that?
Okay. Example, the most challenging I think is the time that dragged me a lot. Example, we are going to invite the performers up on stage, but that moment we are going to invite a group of orchestra. But they all are the primary school student. So they need time, to carry their instruments, go out on stage and waiting for the conductor to do everything. They want to fine tune a bit, tuning, this and that. It dragged a lot of time, like roughly about 20 to 30 minutes, I would say. So during these 20 minutes, you need to goreng. Because they can't really put music. Yeah, of course you can just like ask the DJ to put some music, to let them set up. But it'll be a bit dry, I would say. So what I would do is like I'll try to do some interaction with the guests, or even to go down and ask everybody, any blessing word that you would like to share with the couple, this and that. You have to come up with a lot of pocket word. from your pocket. Okay? Some beautiful and some nice word or anything, any small games that you want to directly put on stage to fill up this empty 20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
That is something actually already pre-planned, but we really never expect. But when the thing that's really happened, that you need to find out a solution and react instantly. There is no like 1-2 second delay, you just react instantly. Yes, now I want to do what? Now I want to do what?
Yeah, it's to go with it. It's to really, on the feet,
Action.
whatever.
Yeah.
I see. Right. That's why it's really not easy. It's like it seems easy. Maybe that 2 hours, right, seems like quite effortless, but the preparation work is actually can go up to months beforehand.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I'm just from the social media when we actually see right, what I really love watching those videdos because
Really?
it was
Thank
really heartwarming.
Oh,
I remember my favorite one would be you actually asking I don't know, the bride or groom's father to tell I love you to the mum. So that was really warm, touching. And I saw that a lot of times when your videos are actually warm, touching and all that. Like what are your secrets or what are your style when it comes to handling a wedding?
I see. Thank you so much for compliment. Yeah. Definitely, I hope all of you enjoy my reels and
Please
my video.
But
what in my mind is all about be natural, be you. It's not about how fancy the words or how nice is the phrases to be presented. It's all about how you feel that moment. Are you a very living person? You have to ask yourself. Like, am I? I would say yes, I am. I can definitely feel how they feel now. The sixth sense or the direct kind of the sense, I would say. So I will express something according to how I feel that moment.
Okay.
But for all this real, I would say like it is a part of my job scope or my career, my routine job scope. And I only I can capture that moment, and only I edit everything and to make it as a reel or the video and to be projected. So what I want to say is like everything that you did, you wouldn't really realize that there's any outcome or any unexpected result that happens. But what we need to do is you need to really try your best to do everything as good as possible. Then only you will be seen by others. Okay. It's not just because of this video, because actually before this video, I did a lot of this thing, for every different kind of wedding. Quite a lot, I would say. But this video being seen and being exposed to the public and everybody feel like, wow, this is so, extraordinary. But I think that it's quite normal for me because I did everything in that way. This is who am I when I do something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one important thing I got from you is that really be yourself, and also at that moment, in that what you call ceremony, even though you're a bit nervous, but sometimes when you're nervous, we forgot to feel how I was feeling when I hear that. Correct. But you were still able to feel and to react the way that you're supposed to. You see, the term "be yourself," right, is often being mentioned. Like be yourself, and I know that you're a master in that. Because when I meet Emcee May, when we went to a training together, and she is someone very real. You see, there's nothing that she's hiding. She's just being herself. She's being loud. Flamboyant and all that. But she's just being her. Like, how can we actually maintain that courage to be ourselves? Where the society is actually expecting different side of us.
I think this part should thanks to my parents. They really give me a lot of space and opportunity to be who I am to be. So they never say like you can't do this, you can't do that lah, and don't do this lah, waste your time. They won't give me such an advice like this. They will just say like, okay, now you want to do this, right? Okay, then I believe you can do it. You try your best. You can do it. You go ahead. They were just like, I think because they are not the very high education, they wouldn't really give any perspective or any perception to you like you need to do this and that, so that you will get this and that result. They won't give you any judgment. They would just like do whatever that make you happy. Yeah, this is the philosophy from their education to us. Yes, just do whatever you will really feel like you are happy. So I think this is the purpose of life, the meaning of life. And I find the purpose of to be the MC is like going to express love. You're going to express anything that the bride and groom or even the parents, they're not there to express. And you are the role to express on behalf of them.
Wow.
Yep. Because nowadays, like the couple, for example, they come from a very Chinese-oriented background of families.
More conservative.
Yeah, more or less we are from this background. We're not there to express ourselves to our parents, right? So I think it's so precious that in this special occasion, we ask, we talk, we speak on behalf of the bride and groom to say something we want to express to their parents. Yeah, so I think they can feel it, somehow I feel like I also being touched by all the phrases that I express. Because it's how I feel to my parents. So during my own wedding ceremony, I did this for my parents as well. Yeah, and even I feel like for my own wedding ceremony, the main character will be both parents, my husband and my parents. They all are the highlight, the spotlight for that day instead of both of us. Because I want them to feel that, they are here to celebrate their kids, their children, big day, and they are the spotlight, they are the host for that day. And we truly appreciate them. And even I asked my parents to join me for a pre-wed photo shooting.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I projected on the screen and let them be like, wow! And they never expect, they feel like, oh, of course they're really happy lah.
Yeah, life is too short to not express yourself, like not to do what you're happy. Yeah, and I think that being an MC is your expression, like how you wish to express yourself to the world. And I think that not only MC in whatever that we do, right, there is always a way to express ourselves.
Yep.
Maybe you're an engineer, you're an entrepreneur, but no one is actually the same as you. So be the most authentic expressions of what you do. I think that is actually a very powerful advice that I got from MC May. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
from what my husband told me is like the last person, like so-called like the survivor, will be the most kind person in the world.
Okay.
So meaning we need to keep the kindness throughout this journey, no matter what's happened, no matter what changed you. This is what my husband told me in the first day I met him. He told me this phrase and I feel like, wow, okay.
That's how
she
got your heart, huh?
Yeah. I think kindness is very important because no matter what happened in your life, perhaps you need to, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of different kind of thing that hit you down, but always bear in mind that kindness that never being knocked down by anyone. The kind-hearted thing that will make you stronger, I always believe.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with the heart of kindness.
Yes.
Yeah, you may stumble, but you can't really go wrong. So I think that is a really beautiful thing that what your husband actually said.
Yeah.
And speaking of kindness, right? You see maybe a lot of people when they achieve a certain level. Now you as an MC, you are actually quite there already, right? I mean,
so I'm still climbing up.
Yeah, very humble, right? But you see, meaning that you are fully booked and all that. People, a very renowned MC, but recently you actually started to become an educator. You wanted to pass on this skill to people who aspire to become an MC like you as well.
Correct.
What actually, drives you to do that?
I think I truly appreciate all my master, my mentor, my sifu. They taught me a lot during that moment that I'm nothing. I really nothing. They gave me a lot of opportunity, which I really appreciate. So I think about what makes me happy. Sharing my own experience to other people, I feel this really recall me the purpose of life. Because when I share something, I feel I'm growing as well. I like to see people grow and people, they really shine out. That part is really make me feel satisfied. Not only me, myself, being the spotlight on stage, but everybody, they shine together in different role or different platform. I feel this is part of the, I really feel satisfied when I see all these things happen. And to be the so-called a teacher or educator, this is one of my ambition when I was young. Since we were young, that is the the note for you to write it down, like who you want to be, your ambition.
Yeah. What did you write?
Yeah, I have always written down is like I want to be the teacher.
Oh.
老师.
老师.
Even in my since I was young, I want to be the teacher.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I feel like to be the educator or teacher is not that easy. That you want to inspire people and you are going to guide them to grow together with you. But I declare myself as a coach instead of a teacher. Reason why? Because I want to grow together with my student. I want them to grow together. I can accompany them to grow together because I really understand how they feel.
Okay.
And I truly enjoy the way and also the path of learning. I mean, back then in my high school or primary school, I really love study. I can score very high.
High achiever, right?
Yeah. And I don't really take it as a very stressful job. I will treat it as a very fun thing in my life, in learning. I like learning. I really like learning. Very. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's that, because I'm an educator as well as a trainer like her as well. So sometimes when we actually pass on the knowledge and someone actually thrive and become even better than us, right? The satisfaction is even greater than us winning or us taking the spotlight. And I think about it, the impact that we're leaving, right, is even greater than ourselves.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is also one of the message that I think brought from my 老师, my 师傅, Mr. Yong, my 恩师, I will call him as my 恩师. Reason why? Because he was passed away last year.
All right.
But what he, leave it to this world is all about his spirit. Everything about his, his ability to really grow somebody to be someone and inspiration to other people. So I really admire him a lot. Even though he's no longer with us, but he's still with us. I always believe that. Like when I did such, all this thing, all my achievement, I will all credit it to him, to my 老师, Mr. Yong. When I was driving, when I did something, really good that day, I would tell myself like, yeah, May, you are doing something good. And I hope that Mr. Yong, you can observe, you can see this, you can be the one who really witness for this moment. I always pray and also chant it to myself that Mr. Yong, you are around. I know you'll be very happy today, right? I will try to tease myself like in that way to make myself feel like I'm truly blessed with this 恩师 in my life.
Yep. And now you are becoming
quite ready.
Yeah. I'm also a bit but
yeah.
I think all of us have that teachers who really
inspire,
bring us up,
correct,
right, to bring us to where we are today. And why let this actually stop here? Like we can actually carry on the impact. For example, Minister Young has actually taught you so much, and now you are actually helping. So you see that the effect doesn't end just one generation. It will pass on for many generations. Yeah. So which is why I think that if you have something to offer to the world, you have something to guide others, like what May said. Why not? Kindness.
Why not?
Share it out. Don't just keep it to yourself. Yeah, and because by sharing it, you were able to impact much more than you expected.
Correct. Exactly.
Beautiful. Love that. Yeah. So right now for your students, right? What are they actually really learning and being an MC? So from your vast experience, right? Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we're guiding them from zero to hero, like what we were saying. We guide them not only to be the MC, but also the preparation or the behind the scene that nobody see. Okay, behind the scene of an MC, what we need to do, and also we are going to guide them how to do your own marketing. Okay, how to market yourself, how to make your own profile, and how to dress up yourself, and what's the ethic and attitude to be as an MC. This also part of the culture that we want to make everybody, they got this kind of mindset together so that we can grow together. But the most importantly for those who join these courses is all based on the interview between me and also the student before they sign up for these courses. Yeah, I want to make sure that they have they really make the real decision,
commitment
before they go through, before they really want to join for this class, this master class, I would say. Reason why? Because I'm a very serious person. When I want to do something, I want to make sure that it's a good result. I want to make sure. Reason why, because I don't want to waste anyone's time, because time is the most precious thing in the world. So rather than that, better we have a mutual understanding that only we commit to the same path and same direction. Yeah.
Okay.
And also I declare this as I name my own institute as passion space, because I always believe that we live with passion. The clue live with passion is actually the slogan, or not the tagline in my WhatsApp since I was 20, I think. Quite a long time already. Only I realized passion is so important in my life. Right? This will recall me to be, who am I? And every day I wake up with, full of energy and positive. Yep. So I call it as passion space, because space is unlimited. It's infinity. It's all about, you can strike for anything you want. That go to the universe, even, the higher, the furthest, there's no limit for you. Just from passion to space.
I love the name. Yeah. And at your videos, I always love this phrase where you actually ask yourself, can it be really used to feed ourselves?
Correct.
Yeah, you actually started that. Yeah. So
because everybody told me about this, cannot. You can't do that. I mean, especially my friends, relatives, they'll say, be realistic a bit, go for the job 9 to 5 to get and earn wages, this and that. They all told me, even my teacher, my high school teacher, they all say I'm too dreamer. Too dreamy about your dream. Why not be realistic?
Yep.
Back to the job, to earn the profession in perhaps some, to be the lawyer, to be the engineer, to be the doctor, this and that.
To be what everyone is doing.
Yeah, but I don't think this is what I love.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at least tried it, right? And then even if it fails, at least you have tried it, right?
Yeah, I still got time to go for it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we will not regret what we have done. We regret the things that we did not do.
Exactly.
And regret is even more painful than our fear.
Correct.
You cannot turn back time. There's a regret.
Correct.
Yeah. So thanks for sharing that. And I know that it's not easy for you. For example, now from Emcee, you now have an education as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're juggling both sides. I'm just curious. You see, you're always very energetic, like full of motivation. I'm just curious. Has there been a time where you faced challenges that challenges
hit
you so hard that you start to doubt yourself whether this is something?
Yeah, there's a lot of. There's quite a lot that happens to me. The obstacle or the challenge that hit me. Then what's my reaction? Isn't it? How I react to this.
How you react to it. How you got out of it.
Okay, I cry lor.
I cry.
I always cry. Because I think crying is also part of the chanting, When you cry, you will be release all your stress by using your tears. This is part of the biological way, I think. And also when you crying, you will be really listen to your heart, like why you cry, how you feel now. So once I done crying, I will find out the solution. I feel like there's a lot of bubble, there's a lot of light bulb on my mind. Like, yes, I can do this and that, I can do this and that. I will cry. To be very serious, I'm not the very tough person. I'm strong on my appearance, but not that. I mean, my inner heart is still very not weak loud, so like fragile a bit. I will cry out loud, but during the crying process, I will figure out what should I do in the next step. I'll cry out loud, definitely.
It's to not suppress your emotions. You feel sad, you just express it. You feel happy, you just express it.
I think this is one of my way that I can share with all of you. Perhaps can express yourself, be frankful to yourself no need to hide anything. When I was writing, I really like the way in the small space I can do anything I want. I can cry, I can laugh, I can talk to myself. A bit crazy, but yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's really staying true to what I can learn from it is really staying true to yourself.
And also for every year, the beginning of the year, I will set a target for myself.
Oh, me too.
Since I was 18.
Did you achieve those targets?
This year, roughly about, different path, because I set target for different path of my life. Some for my family, some for my career, some for my health. For my career, yes, I would say roughly almost, to reach something I want. But for my health, I think I still need to work out a little bit. It's not everything so up to my expectation. But to be blessed, and And also, there's a lot of time that I didn't hit my target or my expectation. But it's okay. Rewrite again next year, lor.
Yeah.
Rewrite again. Want to keep fit until how many kgs, this and that. You can just rewrite again. So never lost your hope until you make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I think it's a very important process to have that goal. Even though mine, I had that goal, and
That's very good.
Yeah, I actually did with my fiance as well. We actually do it together every year.
Very good.
That goal would somehow change, half year when like, you realize that doesn't work, then now you are changing anyway. But that's fine.
Oh, you review everything,
sometimes when I saw that,
Nice.
let me take it out and view it. So it turns out that I've actually changed my
That's good.
Yeah, so at least you know where you want to go, has set the intention of going there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like how you chant and all that. Yeah, so as we are coming to almost the end of the sessions, right? Do you have any final advice for people out there, so that they would express themselves more authentically and to really go for what they want to try in their life?
Live with passion. Of course, live with passion and never regret and never complain. Because all the decision made by yourself. If you want that thing, you go ahead. And once you make the decision, you don't complain. What I want to express is like, you are the one who can do something for you yourself, not anyone. So, yeah, because a lot of my friends, they keep on complaining their work, their bosses, a lot of things. But I always think that this is all the decision that you make today. And that's why it happened tomorrow.
I see.
Yep.
Beautiful. And when you stop complaining, the day when you stop complaining is the day when you start to take ownership. You accept it. And that's how you can start to change things. And really beautiful things that May has actually shared. Well, so I actually learned a lot today from your sharing as well, even though before we actually get started.
I learned from you a lot also, Vicky.
Really? I just ask questions, okay?
I really like the way that you express. The way that you talk to people, you are so down to earth, and people when talk to you feel very comfortable. This is part of the beautiful part of you, the character.
Thank you very much. Coming from Emcee, May, that's really important. And the one important thing that I take away from this session is to express yourself. Like what I heard a lot of time, express yourself, is that not only she express her true emotions, to herself, sad, happy and all that, but she express her true self on whatever that she did, right? She, as an MC, she expressed her true self. That is how she do it. As a teacher, that is how she does it. Maybe as a wife, that is actually how she does it as well. So it's like only when we stay true to ourselves, we dare to be that ourselves, we will be the unique.
Yep. People will feel you.
Yeah, that is how we can really stand out, right? Thank you so much for today's sessions.
Thank you, Vicky.
I love the conversations. All right. So to all of you, let us know actually how do you feel today's sessions. And let us be live ready together. See you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.